Why, welcome everyone to Not Legal Advice, and today we'll be looking at the Idaho Statutory Power of Attorney. Depending on the state that you're in, you might see that your statutory power of attorney is very similar. Again, this is not legal advice, and even if you're an attorney right now watching this video, trying to figure out how to do a power of attorney, I would advise that you retain an estate planning attorney like myself in order to do your power of attorney, because you will likely mess this up if you don't retain counsel. They're not expensive documents to get an attorney to help you with, so just retain an attorney. That's my legal advice. If I'm going to give you legal advice, it's to retain an attorney, okay, to help you with your estate planning needs. All right, don't do it. Don't DIY this. Don't try this at home, kids. Okay, remember Nickelodeon when they're dumping slime on people? They say, don't try this at home. I'm telling you the same thing. Don't you dare. Don't you do it. Okay, so what is a durable power of attorney? It's incapacity planning, right? So you're trying to plan for when you're not dead, but you're maybe in a hospital bed or at home or a memory care facility, unable to handle your own financial affairs. And what this document does is it avoids court. Very important, right? Because if you become incapacitated, unable to handle your own financial affairs, and you're not dead, then someone has to petition to be appointed conservator or guardian over you. And that's expensive. Avoiding court is the goal when it comes to planning. You don't want disputes. You don't want court. You don't want judges. You want to designate trusted people, the people you trust the most. That's who's going to be involved on this. You're going to appoint trusted people to handle your financial affairs. Okay? This is necessary for everyone. Everyone should have a financial power of attorney in place. Okay? Even if you're 18, working at Jimmy John's, get an incapacity planning document in place, because it's very simple to retain an attorney and have it done, right? Use some of your tip money this month and go retain counsel and get a financial power of attorney in place so someone doesn't have to petition a court to get a conservatorship over you. Who's talking to you right now? My name is Thomas Atkins. I'm a father of two, a husband of one beautiful wife. I'm a trust and estate planning attorney at Atkins Law Offices. I have a master of accountancy and a master of business administration. Yes, I spent far too much on my education, and I'm a former college professor, as you can tell from my lovely sweater. Okay, so that's who's talking to you right now. Let's take a look at financial powers of attorney. All right. So here's the Idaho Statutory Power of Attorney. This power of attorney authorizes another person, your agent, to make decisions concerning your property for you. You're going to be the principal. Don't be scared of these types of documents. Just like an employee who you give keys to the cash register, it doesn't mean that the cash inside is theirs. It means that they have to use the cash for your benefit. Just like the employee has to use the cash for their employer's benefit, right? They have to give change to the customers, put it in a safe at the end of the day. Everything that they do with that money, just because it's in their possession or control, doesn't mean that they can use it for whatever they want. And why is it called statutory power of attorney? Because this document is actually attached to a statute. There's actually a law in place that attaches this form and says, here you go, everybody. Here's a power of attorney. Use this. And right out of the gate, they give you some handy-dandy instructions and handy-dandy information about what this is. Who are you picking as your agent? Me, that's Thomas Wendell Atkins. Wendell, yes, that's my middle name. It's very classy and elegant, I know. So I've selected my beautiful wife, Saida Rosé Atkins, as my initial agent, right? It's very common to pick your spouse as your initial agent. Next up, my wonderful, intelligent, brilliant colleague, Jordan Matthew Ruski. He's my second pick. I say, if something should happen to Saida Rosé Atkins, if maybe she predeceases me, unable to serve for any reason, then I'm going over to Jordan. Okay? I pick Jordan. Now, next section, general grant of authority. What authority are you granting this individual? And you can initial any of these boxes, if you just want to grant, which is what I generally recommend, if you trust this person, then you need to grant them all the power possible, again, because we're trying to avoid a court conservatorship or guardianship. I'm going to initial this box right here. Don't type it in, okay? It's best to actually handwrite your initials in, and we'll do a video on executing these things. But again, all preceding subjects, preceding, I know it's a weird word, not a common word, means everything that comes before me. All of these other ones. I want them to have power to do my taxes. Yeah, I'm going to grant my wife power to do my taxes. I don't want to do that. Okay. Retirement plans, manage, right? Claims and litigation. Okay. So let's say I'm pursuing somebody, I'm suing somebody, and I become incapacitated. Then I designate Saida Rizani Atkins to be my person to come in and pursue the matter for me. Real property, we talked about that. I want to grant Saida Rizani Atkins the ability to sell my property. Thank you, beautiful wife. Sell my property, put it in an account, and let me live out my life in a memory care facility. Okay, that's what stocks and bonds, sell, trade, tangible personal property. This lovely professor sweater that I'm wearing. Okay, all of those things. Okay, all preceding subjects. I'm going to initial this box right here. Now, this section is a little different. Specific authority. Okay? Grant of specific authority. So in here, as you can see, there's no box that says initial for all preceding subjects. They, and that when I say they, the legislature, wants you to really think about these. So my agent may not do any of the following specific acts for me unless I have initialed the specific authority listed below. So there's going to be no catch-all initialing. You need to go through and initial all of these if you want to give them every possible power that's granted and able to be granted under the law of the state of Idaho. These are very, very powerful powers, and the legislature wanted you to go through and read each one and initial them. Unless I say so, they're going to give my agent compensation. But Saida, I'm so sorry. I'm taking away your compensation. No compensation for Saida. Effective date, okay? I feel it's very important, for me at least, not legal advice to you. Again, it's not legal advice. But for me, it's very important for me to have this effective date be immediate, because I don't want, again, to have any costs associated with the appointment of my agent. So if it's not immediate, then somebody has to deem me incapacitated. This power of attorney, effective immediately. That's the best way for me, because I don't want Saida to have to take me to a doctor and ask them to create some documentation on their end that says I'm incapacitated. Boom. What doctor? That's another issue, is finding a doctor who's comfortable with saying, this man's incapacitated, and I'm signing this for the purposes of somebody else to get access over his property, right? Well, let's say I sign that and Saida gets access over his property, sells everything, steals all the money, and then Thomas's memory comes back and he's okay. His condition just goes away. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. His condition goes away and he's okay. And he says, doctor, what the hell did you do? Saida ran away to the Bahamas with my money. She ran away to Singapore with my money. Okay. She's going to go live out crazy rich Asian lifestyle all over again. All right. Nomination of conservatorship, optional. Britney Spears should have maybe filled out this section. Okay. Because her father was appointed conservator guardian. And that was obviously, over years and years and years of fighting, was not the choice that she would have wanted. So maybe she should have appointed somebody in a planning document. That's what I'm saying. You don't know Jimmy John's employee who's 18 years old if you're going to be popping off and becoming the next Britney Spears, right? Put this document in place right now. It's a couple $100, $275, okay? $275. Use your tips, all right? Don't have Britney Spears' father be your conservator. Reliance on this power of attorney. This is saying, hey, Wells Fargo, guess what? You can rely on this, all right? It's under the law. You don't need to create your own little silly form, all right, and cause additional attorney's fees for your clients, okay? Then you have your signature, And take a look down here. There's even a spot for the notary public to sign, right? Because she's going to watch you sign your name, and then she's going to notarize, put a little stamp on this document and say, yeah, I saw him do it. I saw him do it. Don't forget the end pages, additional information. Oh my God, so helpful for the agent to understand this. Maybe even instructions in here that say, hey, if you want power over the real property, then you need to record this document in the county in which the property is located. Might be some important instructions in there about this. There might be even some important instructions about liability of agent. Well, I just want to say thanks for listening. It's not legal advice, but, it's just me doing my own power of attorney. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you next time where we talk about something different. Bye, guys.